and today I'm gonna share the things that I don't own as HSP, meaning highly sensitive person. And as a highly sensitive person, it's really hot here, but I really wanted to wear this cardigan. First of all, what is the HSP? I will for sure pin down the picture, but it's a highly sensitive person. So my whole life I was hearing that I am so sensitive, and most of my life I was trying to understand what is wrong with me and what is going on. But then I saw one video and I'm like, it just clicked. That I'm the highly sensitive person. And these kind of people, they are most of the time overwhelmed by loud noises, by strong smells, by crowded environments. They are, I'd say, deeply affected by other people's moods. I would say quite too empathic, maybe. It's you take all the feelings, I don't know, multiply them by 5. At least that's how it is for me. And life like that can get actually overwhelming. So in this video I'm gonna share 8 things that I don't own because I am an HSP. So first one is gonna be quite popular: perfume. And not say straight away I'm glad that I'm sensitive to the perfume and the smells, strong smells, because it's quite expensive. The reason is that that's too intense for me, and if somebody next to me gonna just do this, I might start sneeze, my head might start to hurt, and it's just, I don't know, I can sneeze for a long time. And it's not that I have an allergy, it's just such an intense smell. Maybe people around me have expensive kind of perfume, who knows. The second thing that I don't own is jewelry, most of it. I used to own the watch, like the sports kind of watch, and I used to wear some of the bracelets, but I never like bought bracelets myself. Either somebody gave it to me as a gift, like my niece, my husband, and I wore them just because they gave it to me. But I was always, I'd say, overwhelmed if there are too many things on me. I can tolerate earrings and I can tolerate my wedding ring, which is not on me right now, but I can do that. And because earrings, I wear them since I was, I think, 4 years old, and usually they either like that or a little bit smaller, and I actually don't feel them. And they are actually a big part of my personality, because Nora with earrings and without is completely different. Yeah, but if you talk about necklace, bracelets, I don't even start with ankle kind of bracelets and all kind of other ones, maybe some hair clip. I don't know if that can be called as jewelry, but yeah, it's too much for me. Even though I'd say I'm an anxious person and I always should, you know, have something to touch or to do, even then it was too much for my body, I'd say. Earrings, you kind of don't feel them, you know, they're barely touching you, unless they're like really big earrings and they're touching you. But wedding ring, I actually use it like, you know, like a bit stress of relief. The third thing that I don't own as a really highly sensitive person is uncomfortable clothes. I don't own any tight clothes, anything that's itchy. And yesterday actually I wore some pants slash leggings because I didn't have anything else to wear because it was all washing. And because I think they made out of this material, like synthetics or something like that, they make me really itchy, and it's so uncomfortable. And I'm like, I like the way they look on me, but At what cost? At what cost? So most of the time I do have baggy t-shirts, baggy pants, and you would not see me, at least not anymore, to wear shoes that are even my size. I always try to take size more, because I mean, we cannot go somewhere without walking, and if it's uncomfortable, I cannot even start. It's so irritable. And I do actually own still some pair of shoes that I need to eliminate from my life, that I think they're one size smaller, and even like walking in them in five minutes. The next one you don't see me to own, it's any kind of loudspeakers, and I am the musician. I do have uh, speakers, but believe me, even when I used them, it was on, I'd say, the lowest kind of volume, because I'm quite sensitive to loud sounds. Even sometimes when I'm talking, it can irritate my ears, which is crazy. And it's funny that I also own headphones, and usually people in those kind of headphones, they listen to music really loud, but I sometimes can wear them and not listen to anything at all, because they kind of block outer world a little bit for me, and I like it. But if I listen to something, it will be like, I counted by how many times I press the up volume on my phone. It's like 6 or 7. I generally cannot go much higher, because that's just too much. And overall, I think this HSP, they all can be different, but I think a lot of them, they're sensitive to the sounds. As I've noticed, I don't go to cinema theater a lot, but when I go there, it's so loud, and I actually use my headphones to block it, because then I need to sit like that for the rest of the movie. And that's why also we do own TV, but we don't own additional kind of, like speaker bar, because when I even watch something on TV, it's like 9, 10, 11 max. Karaoke maybe 20, because it's instrumental, but yeah, it's usually on the lowest possible. The fifth thing that I don't own as a HSP is bright lights in my home, or like white lights, I would even call them. Most of I have here, it's yellow lights, and maybe you've seen in my other videos, I even bought this candle holder, which is also given a pretty soft kind of light. And sometimes when I'm passing through the other buildings, people have such, I think even brighter than this wall color blasting through the windows, and I wonder how they are alive, how their eyes still see, because that is crazy. Like, the daylight can be already quite bright, but the how would you call it, a natural light, and if it's like white, I don't know, it's crazy. Maybe it's okay to have it on a kitchen, but I don't have it. Yeah, it would not only bother my eyes, but also irritate, I think, my nervous system, which is quite fragile. Also, my phone, usually I use the darkest possible lighting. And that's just why I bought this kind of glasses, because we use a lot of screens throughout the day, and yeah, my eyes simply started to get really tired and really like irritated. Yeah. And also that's why, like, I had 2 big purchases this year. It's qualitative glasses for screen. And I also bought, I never had a good sunglasses in a way that they're gonna protect you from the UV light and whatever. Usually I had the cheap ones, but they're, I think, bring more damage than they bring good. So I bought the Polaroid, kind of, and they are amazing because they block so many things, you know, I barely can see. Not like that, but they make everything so much darker, but in a good way. And for example, I try to drive in them in a car, so much better, so much better. All right, see the sixth one, what I don't own as a HSP. I don't own a big amount of clutter. I don't own a lot of things in my home as I consider it, and I can judge it only by other people's apartments where I've been to. But even when I do consider I don't have a lot, sometimes I think I have a lot. And it's hard when you tend to be minimalistic and your partner not really. You always need to find a compromise. So yeah, why I live in 21st century, all those memes exist, please. Because I found myself a lot of times very irritable, you know, when I have my day off or even not day off, and I look around and I see so many stuff, and I just want to scream. I just want to lay on the floor and stay there. But at the same time, it's unrealistic to have everything at place all the time. But the less clutter, the better. The seventh thing that you wouldn't find in my home, but maybe you would like to find one, is air freshener. I told you, right, about the perfumes and really strong smells. And I think it's usually the bathrooms, they're not really good ventilated spaces, at least not here and not in any other apartments. And I think it's better not to use anything than use something that you will also need to ventilate. Either way, it's just gonna be so strong. Like, I think even if you have an air freshener, you would agree that it most of the time has a really strong smell. And there are all kind of, and actually I have a example from life, which is not even mine, but my sister, she told me that she started to get headaches. And recently she told me that her mother bought, you know, air fresheners, I think they called Airwick, that you plug into the sockets and they start to like evaporate in a space. But even though they say that I have essential oils, which I doubt, and I told her, you know, to remove it, because I think even if you open the windows, I think these kind of, they're really strong. And then she tried to buy as well the how are they called, you know, like I'll show you here, like a glass with those sticks that you put, and most of the time it's a thing more natural, but it still might be too intense. So yeah, air fresheners, candles. I used to have candles, a lot of scented candles, but I think is they're not only dry in the air, but they leave a strong smell, and I think depends on what kind of candle it is. You can inhale many weird things, and that's why I as well bought this candle holder to put the regular kind of candles without any smell when I want to have something romantic, I would say. So yeah, in my home you wouldn't find any air fresheners, scented candles. Maybe you will only find, how they called, essence, license? No, incense. But I use it quite rarely. Only somebody's cooking something crazy outside and it got into my apartment, and I would do that, but then I would leave windows open for a very long time, so I would not breathe it all, because it's also really intense. The last things that I don't own as HSP is many skincare products. I include this one because, believe me, I had crazy kind of skincare routine, but now I only use cleansing oil, micellar water, and the cream, like sunscreen cream, my whole face, and like the eye cream, because the regular cream irritates my eyes, and that's it. And my life is so much easier and better, and I don't need to be always, stressed about applying all of these additional kind of products. And when I used to do it, I think my skin also didn't like it, because guess what? My skin is also sensitive. Let's go. For now, that was it, all that I could think of. I do plan to make a video about things that I don't do as a HSP. So you let me know if you consider yourself a highly sensitive person, what things you don't own in your life, in your home, that can make you uncomfortable and might, I don't know, like trigger you. And I really want to find people who also don't use perfume, because it feels so weird, because everybody's using perfume, but I just don't. I actually used to own, like there are roll-on essential oils that you can apply, and I used to have them, but my skin is so sensitive I couldn't even use them like that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you some other day. And I need to not forget my sunglasses today. Alright, see you all the time.